Hey there guys, Portal Master 9351 here. And in this video, we're going to be ranting a little bit. So if you don't like rants, click off right now. If you do like rants, stick around. Because I'm kind of frustrated at Activision, and I want to basically vent my frustrations about what they've been doing. They're idiots. Simply put, they're idiots. They don't know what they're doing. And it only is represented in... Well, let me back up. In SSA, the characters were understocked. There were not enough characters for the demand. You've probably all heard of supply versus demand. Well, there wasn't much supply, and there was a lot of demand for Skylanders. More people wanted Skylanders than there were Skylanders, so they sold out at Christmas time and weren't available until March. And this was in SSA. And you can totally understand that they did not make enough, and then the game caught on far better than anyone could have predicted, and they were short-stocked with everything except Boomer, who wound up being incredibly rare. So, it's only logical that they would have had stocking problems then. They didn't have this problem in Giants, Swap Force, sort of in Trap Team, but in Superchargers, this problem has manifested itself beyond control. And it's not because of understocking. It's for a totally different reason altogether. And basically, it's stores are getting way too much of Wave 1, and they're not selling it off. And then they don't restock. So if you've got, let's say, you own a store, a GameStop. Let's say you're the manager of a GameStop. Your GameStop Skylanders display has got, let's just throw a number out there, 15 Skylanders peg hooks. You get in 15 Wave 1 characters. And let's say you get 10 of each character. And so you've got enough to have some in the back and on the shelves. Let's say the pegs hold 7. So you're basically never freeing up those peg hooks. You keep them occupied. You keep the Skylander space occupied because you were shipped 10 of all the Wave 1 characters. Then Wave 2 comes, and you still haven't sold all of Wave 1. So what happens? You don't order more. That's simple stocking logic. You don't order more of something that you haven't gotten rid of yet, because then you're just wasting it, essentially. It would be like going to the store and buying additional food when you've already got a refrigerator's worth full of food at home. And now you just bought 2 gallons of milk that just have to sit outside of your refrigerator because you don't have room. It's a similar concept. They just sit there and don't do anything. They don't move. And as time goes by, every wave has progressively less that ships out, to the point where when you get to Wave 4, you've only got 2 or 1 of some things coming in, because that's all the GameStops or the Walmarts or the Targets or the Toys R Us's, Toys R Us to a lesser extent, will order. They are not ordering enough. And it's sort of the retailers and Activision at fault here. And really, there's not an easy solution for this, but the one thing that I can think of that solves this problem is so incredibly simple, but it departs from what Skylanders is known for. Disney Infinity, ever since it has launched, has allowed you to pre-order characters, and that's something that Skylanders has not done. You want the real solution to this problem of the oversaturation of Wave 1? The simple solution is pre-orders. Figure pre-orders on Wave 1. At the very least, Wave 1. At this point, you're able to encourage people to pre-order all the characters. So say, now you've got 7 customers that pre-order every single one of them. And now, instead of buying 10 and hopefully selling them all, you can just buy like a couple of every character. And at this point, the other people, the more casual people, can just sort of come in and pick up the Skylanders when they like. But the wise people have already gotten them. And then your shelves are free to stock the later waves. It's a simple solution to this oversaturation of Wave 1. The other problem is that we don't know when figures are coming out. Amiibos are very good at this. I don't know about the other games. I don't know about Dimensions or Infinity. But I know for sure that when Amiibos are coming out, it's all over the internet. OMG, Amiibos. We'll get wave whatever we're on of Amiibos. Like, what is it, 6 or 7 of Amiibos on April the 1st. And then you see lines out of a GameStop waiting on them to open, or a Toys R Us or whatever, so that they can get these characters. Because it's publicized. They know that these Amiibos are coming out April the 1st. And if you want a guaranteed shot at getting all of the Amiibos in that wave, you've got to be there when it opens. And in case you keep seeing things fly by the screen, I've got drawstrings, and I'm just like playing with the drawstrings as I move my hands. But you know, it's you see the demand that there are for being there on Amiibo launch day. And I know Skylanders doesn't do pre-orders. And if they don't want to do pre-orders, that's okay, because that does require new things to be put in place. But simply saying, okay, Wave 2 of Skylanders officially comes out in all stores on November the 19th. Then everyone can go line up on November the 19th outside of the store and go buy Wave 2 of Skylanders. As it is right now, you get Toys R Us that gets it, you know, November the 8th. And then you get GameStops that get it sometime within the week, sometime within the range of the 9th and the 12th. You're going to see the Skylanders start to trickle in there. And then at Target, you see it on the 14th. And then they sell out, and then they get a restock on the 17th. And then they're flooded by the 19th with additional characters that won't sell. I mean, seriously, the release pattern of the Skylanders is so crazy that there's no telling what Skylanders are going to be released where on what day. I mean, there are so many instances of people finding, you know, that I have found that the West Coast of America gets all the characters almost always before the East and the middle of the Midwest of the United States. Almost always, people in California report getting Skylanders first, and then it meanders its way over to the East Coast, and then finally the Midwest, like Ohio, Kansas, all those places. I guess Ohio, is that even Midwest? I don't know. But places like Kansas and Oklahoma and Texas then get them. And it's so weird to have 3 different regions of a country get the characters at a different time. It doesn't make sense. And then you get places that advertise things to come out on a certain day, like GameStop, that says, hey, we'll have the land pack for you on the 5th. And then lo and behold, I go and ask them, where are your land packs? Oh, they're in transit. They'll be here on the 12th. What is that? You advertise this, and then it doesn't come out. How mad would you be if someone said, okay, we've got, let's just say, Call of Duty. I don't even play that game, and I don't even like that game. But let's just say Call of Duty is coming out on the 12th. Oh, wait, we didn't ship them out in time, even though we advertised it for the 12th. You won't be able to get Call of Duty until the 15th. Would that not make you mad? Would that not make you mad? Or really anything having a delayed release date. What if you said, okay, Captain America Civil War comes out, what is it, May the 5th, I think, is when it comes out. Maybe it's the 3rd. I don't know. Let's just say it comes out the 5th. I think that's when it comes out. And then, lo and behold, oh, we didn't ship the movie out in time. We're going to have to stop. We're not going to be able to show Captain America Civil War until the 7th. It's the same concept, and it repeats itself. And back to what I was saying earlier about peg space. I said that Toys R Us doesn't really have a problem with stocking of the Skylanders, and they're able to get the later waves in pretty much regardless of if Wave 1 has sold at all. And in many cases it hasn't. If you go to Toys R Us right now, you'll find legendaries from the past 3 games that just have filled the shelves. Because after the first 2 games, they realized that legendaries were going to sell really well, and they actually stocked them, and then they overstocked them. And now there's just 15 legendary light core dim creepers, because they don't glow, because they're so dark they don't glow. Nobody even wants legendary light gear or light core Grim Creeper. There's just 15 of them sitting there, which is why you see Toys R Us's trying to liquidate their stock. They're saying, oh, now you can get Grim Creeper normally $14. You can get him for like $7. That's why you see that, because they can't sell them. But even though they still I haven't made a long video like this in a while, so I had some stuff I needed to get off the iPad so that I could record. But basically, as I was saying, they try to liquidate their stock. And even though sometimes this doesn't work and they can't get rid of their surplus, what still happens is, if you ever go to a Toys R Us and you see just how big their displays are, I mean, seriously, if this was a cardboard box and you slit my room down the corners, or not slit them down the corner, just slit them in this corner and folded it out, basically the whole surface area of all my walls is about how much display room they've got for Skylanders at some Toys R Us's. Which means that no matter how many Skylanders you get, you still got room. And that's why you see people being such an advocate for Toys R Us, because they always, or almost always, have room for the new characters. But the problem still persists in, even though they've got room, even though it might say they're getting the new characters on the 5th of December, they might not get it until the 7th. The problem still carries over that they don't get the characters on the correct day. And honestly, I don't know if this is Activision's fault, or Toys R Us's fault, or the UPS's fault, or anybody's fault in particular, or if it's just a combination of everybody. But all I know is they don't get them in the day that they're supposed to. And they're able to do that with Amiibos. And that's been a very talked about thing within the Skylanders community. We don't know when the next waves are going to come out. Meanwhile, we've got Nintendo over here that's like, hey, we are releasing this wave on this day. Come to the stores on this day. This day. This day. You see Nintendo make a big deal out of releasing another wave. But then you just get Activision's like, they'll be out in spring of some year. I don't even know what year. It'll be out sometime. I mean, I don't really know. That's what Activision does. But Nintendo is so specific. And I really don't know if, like I said, I don't know if Infinity or Dimensions does this, but I know Amiibo excels at it. And I don't understand why Activision's not doing that. But anyways, I'm tired. 12 minutes, 13 minutes, whatever, this is ranting, yelling. And I already had a headache today, but went ahead and made this video just because I felt that it's something that needs to happen while it's still sort of relevant that none of the GameStops anywhere, really. There were like 2 people on Dark Spire that reported finding the Land Racing Pack in GameStops on that day, so, you know, it was an odd place out if your GameStop had the Land Racing Pack, so, you know. And yeah, I just made this video because of that, because really, that's something crazy. But anyways, that's all I have for you guys today. This has been Portal Master 9351. If you've watched till the end, thank you very much for listening to my rant. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe. I'll see you guys next time. And goodbye. I don't know what I was going to say there, but I apparently was going to say something. But anyways, goodbye.